But it's a vigilant force company. It's a nuisance. It's a damn road. It's a procrastination. I'm ready for this time. So I want them to find all of us come in. If you don't come in, go and watch your money. All of us.
Yeah. Welcome to Kboxtv. It's your boy Kofi Baisie Jnr. and welcome to Kboxtv. I mean, it's been a while since we came on here, and my team, myself, Daniel, Sowah, Cudjoe, Amedoda, the whole team is in the house tonight. We're ready to bring you what's happening in the world of boxing. So stick and stay with us. Don't get too far. And what we're talking about in Ghana at the moment, one kid who's almost ready to compete for the world title. It's about embarking his journey to the USA to go fight for an elimination title. That's Manuel Planche. You know, he will be up for an elimination battle very, very soon in the US. And so he's been preparing very, very hard, you know, in his gym in Kaswa. One of our correspondents was there over the weekend and we had a conversation with him, and we realized that things are really going well. He had in his camp, he had Joseph Agbeku, you know, with him, you know, preparing together. And so we know that definitely he's getting the best of training. And of course, we also have Isaac Dogbe in the news. You know, he'll be fighting very, very soon. You know, the date is even out. And so my team and myself will discuss about or talk about his fight as well. And Richie Comey has finally relocated to the USA and is training very hard. Looking at some names to be dropping very, very soon. Those are what's happening with our Ghanaian fighters abroad. And of course, Boache was also in action last weekend and he secured around 4 knockout. Very beautiful. The way he set up that right hand was beautiful. He knocked the guy out and it was a perfect knockout. And he improves to 14-0. You know, it's undefeated light heavyweight champion, looking to become, you know, a very big name in the world of boxing. And so, guys, let me not bore you too much. You know, let me just bring on the guys, and then, you know, let's talk boxing. And in the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, please, the link is in the description below. So make sure you click on it and then subscribe to it as soon as possible, so that anytime you come on here, you'll be able to get notified and follow us on what we're going to talk about. You know, and anywhere you are in the world, if you want to connect with us, all you got to do is just send us a message through Kboxtv, or you can call us on the Kboxtv numbers or via WhatsApp. You know, just take the numbers on the page and then reach out to us, and then definitely anything that you want us to discuss about, we'll talk about. You know, we're here to move Ghana boxing forward. Bigger shouts to Don's Promotions for that event that they organized at the La Palm Labadi Beach Hotel, a very good event where we saw the mix of boxing and then MMA, you know. So we'll talk also about that also very briefly, and then we'll jump onto the other matters that we have to talk about. But guys, let me just bring on Cudjoe, and let me add the Sowah on the show. Guys, welcome to Kboxtv.
Thank you very much, Kofi.
It's been a very long time, you know, almost 2 weeks since we jumped on here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But in between that period, I mean, a lot of things has happened in Ghana before we jump to the international scenes. Because of course, most of the stories that are making headlines are, you know, the heavyweight industry. We're looking at Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. You know, they've been in the news, I mean, all week long. You know, and so we'll talk about that. That'll be the main discussion tonight. But before we talk about those guys, I mean, for the past 2 years, there's been a few things happening in Ghana. I don't know, starting from Daniel, if there's anything that you would like to talk about, you know, what is happening in Ghana for the last 2 weeks as far as boxing is concerned.
For the last 2 weeks, and I say Don's Promotion organized a very nice fight at the Labadi Beach, and you know, well, it was a very beautiful occasion when you look at how the match, the fights were even promoted, and the way the boxers were able to connect to the fans before the fight. I think the public workout and everything. It was really beautiful, but I think one problem that was happening on the day was the price of the ticket. I think the price of the ticket was a little way too much. Because I was thinking if maybe they are drop it to about 100 cedis based on the location, maybe 100 cedis, a lot of people would have bought it because I had friends who wanted to go and see the fight because of the location. Because they were actually telling me the experience with the Bukom Arena wasn't that exciting. So the way I even explained to them that this time it was just going to be just 6 bouts. So we'll leave early and even have drinks. So they were actually interested. And I think on Friday we tried to call to order for tickets. And so I was surprised the ticket was 300 cedis per person. It was too much. We in Ghana we have a little problem when it comes to the boxing promotion. Yeah, it has not the sport itself has not really been accepted by the people. So I feel when you have a price around 300 cedis, most people will go like, okay, I'm now trying to get into the sport. Someone is trying to make me fall in love with the sport. If I'm to pay 300 cedis, I feel that's too much. I can use that 300 cedis for something else. But I think maybe even based on the location, if the price was like 100 cedis, a lot of people would have been interested to go and watch, like myself and my friend. So I think that is what took the excitement away because we all had to stream. We had to be online to stream. And you see, I feel sometimes don't promotion has done really well, but I feel sometimes they should look at these petty things because if we stream online and we are going to spend about 10 cities just to stream the whole fight online, why would we pay 300 cities to come to the arena to watch? You understand? Especially when you are bringing people on board, because that's just that Labadi beach feel would have even like be more exciting. Because I spoke to my guys on Wednesday, and we were all thinking of what we were trying to be executive and all that because it's a Labadi beach thing. Just that dressing self was even excitement. Because on Thursday, my guy showed me what he was going to wear, so I had to also pick some inspiration from what he has shown me.
Right.
Then on Friday we tried to book the ticket and it's 300 cedis. And we all had to just let the fight go, even though we were really excited to watch. So I feel maybe Don's promotion should at least work on that, the ticket pricing.
Okay. All right. Amedoda, for the past 2 weeks, you've been mixing in action. I think last week, Sowah and I we did the Canelo aftermath. So as for you, Amedoda, you've been missing for like 2 weeks straight. Yeah, 2 weeks straight.
Definitely.
What has happened over the last two weekends that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, the whole lot is happening in boxing,
Mm.
especially in Ghana here and things like that. And some in Ghana, some new fights are coming on. I keep eye on that Don promotion fight at Labadi, and I see how the whole thing. That I was happy, like as this what's the name, the main bout, who is our good friend Obo Daisai won that fight. I'm very happy with it. And then the kickboxer guy too, mine also won that fight. And then move on. And then it's like now the talk is in town that maybe he might shift to boxing really. And then the fight will be like between him and what's the name?
Bastista man.
Basti Sameh is on the line and things like that. You see, there are a whole lot of things that happen. And then some signing also happened along the line. I heard that this guy got a new signing. What's the name? Expensive boxer also got a new signing from outside, and then there'll be a fight. There'll be what's the name? Title fight for him soon and
Okay.
things like that. You see, I'm being excited with all these things, but it brought my mind back to what is happening to uh, Jatabi as at now. That I'm so worried and things like that because we talk about Jatabi some months back, whereby Jatabi is supposed to do take his first fight in US around April. Okay,
All right.
and
All right.
then that fight will be a very huge fight for him, and then a stepping stone for him because he got the new managers from
Mhm.
US and they are there
Mhm.
for him and things like that. But as of now, we don't know what is going on. So I
Mhm.
come back to think like, so this new signing and things like that, what are they doing in the system? What is the help that they are bringing? What's the difference that they are bringing into system to help Ghanaian young boxers? That is
All right.
another thing that I also think about the game. But I believe still boxing is going on, and then we are seeing nice things. But sometimes the way finally they'll change the boxer or they'll cancel a bout on the bill and things like that. It's also still being a problem that we are
Mhm.
dealing with. So we need to deal about those things and then see how the whole thing will go on. So we are urging our promoters that hey, they should still stand strong and then do what they're supposed to do to make the whole to make boxing as a whole attractive to even those who don't like boxing.
All right, great. Good feedback coming in from my two guys. The two guys who are always here to make the show happen. Daniel Sowah and then Cudjoe Amedoda. But I'll say something a little bit about the price at the Dawn's promotions event. I wouldn't have a problem if you're charging 300 Ghana cedis if it was communicated earlier, and the person would not have to come find out like a day to the show. In fact, if not for the press conference that they had on the Friday, and the journalist asking a question that how much is the ticket on them, how much tickets were selling for the event. That was when they told us that the tickets were going to be 300 Ghana cedis. But all this time, you were promoting an event, and then there was no, price to the event. I think this is one of they are very poorly organized events. I'm not speaking because I'm not saying this because they didn't allow us to stream, but those promotions have done shows. The last show that they did before this one at the Labadi La Palm Royal Beach, they had I think two press conferences, if I'm not lying, before the main event, before the main the fight. You understand? And the build up to that, we knew how much the tickets were going to sell for. They also communicated that they had a streaming partner who was going to stream all this. Though the build up to that particular event was really great. When I saw them go to promote this Titans event, I was very excited. I was expecting some snapshots, and some videos to come on their. Usually, you go on their Facebook page and you see them drop whatever they want to do, and then this is happening. I think the last fight, Buddha side, that particular fight, Buddha has secured like a controversial draw, if you remember, a very
Yeah,
controversial draw on that particular fight. The guy that came in from Tanzania, the Don's promotions guys were at the airport to pick him, to take photos. Everything was in our eyes. We were seeing it. There was a show happening. There was promotions happening. But this one, it was very silent for me. I didn't feel like they promote. I didn't know if the man even wanted to do the show. To be sincere, because before this event, they had already spoken about the event which didn't come on. So I was very skeptical if this event was going to happen. Big shouts to them for making it happen, but I was expecting their because they've been one of the promotions company to always want to do things in a, let me say, in a very classic manner, a little bit. So this one was like, it was like down. The standard that they have set for themselves, I think they were not able to reach it at all. And so that was where my disappointment was, and especially because Mr. Annan himself has also been to the UK. He went with the former IBO featherweight champion Felix, the Nigerian guy that lives in Ghana. He went with him to the UK, and I saw him. He even streamed on the Don's Promotions Facebook when he was in the UK when the guy was fighting, and of course, so I'm sure I knew he was at least up to date on how some things were. So I was a little bit very disappointed on this particular show. I won't lie on that, especially if people have to come find out a day to an event that tickets were selling for 300. I'm sure. I think the day you put up the first day that you communicate your official poster for the fight card, at least the decision for you to have made, how much price are selling should also be out in that. Because if you look at what's happening in the world, for instance, the the Mayweather versus Logan fight is happening. We know how much the pay-per-view is already. So if we know how pay-per-view prices, then definitely the tickets that's also being selling are going to be sold at the gate. Is also some advance which is already communicated before the official poster comes out, and that is what promotion is. I think we have to really get it. We really need to get a distinction. What the promotion is and what event organizing is. If you want to go do an event organizing, like just putting a ring together for people to do that, it's different. If you want to do, a lot of things goes into boxing promotions. If you didn't, if you are promoting, promote. Do it well, and for us to go like you have done, because he had a lot of avenues to have really sold the fight. You had people from Switzerland fighting on the card. You had people coming in from Nigeria fighting on the card. You had people coming in from Tanzania to come fight on the card, and of course, your own boxer that you are managing to as well. Both side was fighting on the card. And what even made this card more interesting was that you even had like a Muay Thai, championship also on the card. So it was very diverse. It wasn't just boxing. It was like a collection of combat sport all together. So you even had a lot of things that you could have used to properly sell the fight. And I feel like he didn't sell it properly, or he didn't do justice to it. It needs to be said. The level and the standard that he has mentioned, he has raised or the bar that he has raised, he really fell short of it. Come on, we don't usually get to see boxing being made in hotels, and talk of like Labadi. And so it was a reason for us to really sell it, to put it in the face of the people, just like how the people went to do the show in East Legon, put it in their faces like that. They know like, oh, boxing is gradually it's growing. It went from Buko, it's going to East Legon, it's going to the lab. This is where people want to go do their show. Labadi, Sarkodie is doing a show, he's going to do it there. Emperor, these people, they are doing their shows there. So it would have been a very big boost to the name that or image that we are trying to give Ghana boxing. So I was very disappointed the way he did it. He didn't do justice to it. I feel like he could have done better. So I'm not saying this to break him now. No, come on, he's unbreakable. But it's feedback. I'm sure as people that do business, we would like to know how people feel about it. And 300 CDs, and at the end of the day, people not getting to know beforehand, and it has to be a day or on the night of the show. I think it was below the belt. So that side alone, I think he should do better. And if you always had a plan of also streaming it online for people to watch, it's something you should also communicate. Oh, you can the show is going to be on, for instance, Media 7, because that's where eventually made it. So Media 7 is going to stream the event, is going to put it on Facebook, or it's going to put it on there, or it's going to put on all these communications should go. Then that way the fans who might not be able to, go to the venue, go like, okay, I can access the fight store on this side. We love our fighters. And so if you don't tell us what is happening with them, we feel disappointed. And the only way we can know what is happening with them is when promoters tell us what is happening on the bill that they are putting our boxes on. That's all we demand from them. And congratulations to Bodai side. He secured a very cool victory. And a lot of people were even saying that his performance wasn't at the top. But I think securing a technical KO should be at the top for you, because the last show that before this fight, he didn't really give us a very convincing performance like he did with this one. So congratulations to him. And of course, Lawrence Mai also was in action, and he also gave us a very good account of himself by winning the WBC, I think, Africa Muay Thai Championship. And before we jump onto the international scene, this in my guy or Lawrence Mai is saying that he is looking to switch from the Muay Thai to boxing. And one of the fights that a lot of people are already speculating is the fight between himself and Samir. Let me come to you, Cudjoe, because you brought a fight between Lawrence and Mai and Baisie Jnr. Where do you stand with it? How do you see the fight?
It might be a big news, okay, and then they might try to make it a very big fight. But if they come into technically, it will not be a good fight, because the reason why I'm saying this is MMA guy, okay, just jumping into boxing straight, okay, and then to fight a boxer who fought from amateur till now and then being unbeaten and things like that. Then it's just like you are carrying a story of Mayweather and then McGregor on board in Ghana. You see, you not see any better technical something there until this guy do some fight in a boxing ring with a boxer for us to see. Is that we'll get to know that hey, he can stand in front of a champion like Bastille and then let the fight be a boxing fight. So that is all I say about it.
Okay, all right. So what do you have to say about that particular fight? So what do you have to say about that particular fight?
Well, Kofi, I got what I'll say is as an opportunity to broadcast Ghana because Basti for some time now has not been fighting. He's been out of boxing for so long, and the excitement that comes with Basti after beating Bukum Bako is already gone. So Basti needs an opponent that can equally sell. You understand? And if Basti is going to get an opponent that can sell fights and also like rebrand himself and come into the game again, then he needs someone who is already established. And when you look at Imanga is from the WBC, although it's from a different sport altogether, the multi sports altogether. It's from the WBC, and Basti is also like climbing in the ranks, I think, in the WBA. So what this is going to present now is Basti will definitely beat him. He's going to knock him out. That's a sure banker for Basti. And Imai is the one calling the shots. So you can clearly see all the benefits is coming to Basti. And secondly, Basti's promoter, I don't know who his promoter is, but I think it's also a good business for the promoter as well. Because you promoted this guy's name is gone down. He had a deal with Glow and all that. Everything is gone down. But God being so good, he has been ranking the WBA. His rankings are getting better now. So what you can do now is you have to put yourself in a good position that when he gets a title shot or when he gets a big fight on the WBA, you can sit in a good position to be able to negotiate good money for him. And it all comes with me having a fight with Imai, who is already in the WBC. Because the WBC is a big sanctioning body. So even with that, he could even step up in the WBC ranking. You might not know. So I feel that will bring an opportunity to Basti. And Kofi, I don't think both men will have anything to lose, especially with Imai guy. If Imai loses in a boxing bout, it doesn't affect his career. His already established career. What is going to happen is that both men can make money depending on the promoter, depending on how the promoters will promote this fight. Because if the promoters can stand and promote it really well, they can go across Africa. And with the WBC sanctioning body and all that, we could probably work on a pay-per-view that both men will finish, and it will bring glory to boxing, and they can also have some money in their pockets.
All right, that's some interesting submission coming in from Daniel. I don't know if Amedoda would like to touch on something before we move on to the Manu situation. Manu is now preparing to go back to the conversation we had yesterday. He was really super cash and training and everything. Today, there are already photos with him with Kovac, Ghana boys saying that they would like to be around like in the US. Before we have to do that, I mean, I don't want to like attack to this and that. Other than that, let's talk about the Manu situation.
Yeah, Kofi, one of the finest boxers in Ghana now is Manu. Yeah, so if they are going to run pound for pound in Ghana, the Ghana pound for pound, nowhere is closer to Manu in Ghana now. Nobody, none of these guys are closer to Manu if you talk about pound for pound. And Manuel had the chance to fight for elimination bout for WBA, WBO, a world title. Okay, and that's the title that the Japan they call him Moon Star.
Yeah.
They call him
The most,
the Moon Star. He's
yeah,
having. So he got a chance to fight for
yeah.
elimination
The most,
for those titles.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the fight will be happening in next month. Okay. And then Manuel's last fight was the fight that happened in Nigeria. It happened for some months now, and then he's like to get another fight before the elimination bout. And then they try clicking this fight for him the other time, like he will fight with Choco Banku on that bill at the what's the name? The Tudu there. But finally, some of his managers came in and said that no, it's very close to his main fight that is coming. He's going to fight against Melvin Lopez, which is eliminated to the world title in US. It's close, so in boxing anything can happen. So he should take that fight out and then come in with and wait for the main fight in US. So, but the promoters of that fight also are like, no, if Manu will be on their sheet and then they will not get him in the arena, they will not be happy with it. So we try to organize at least exhibition for him. That is
Yeah.
what happened. That exhibition happened in the Tudu that
Yeah,
time,
right.
and then this unknown guy, he's called Samuel
Sowah.
Lai. He
Like,
was
yeah.
in the national team, and then he's now a professional boxer without a fight. And then he stepped up to take the exhibition show with
Yeah.
Manu. And then the guy, he came in, and then he's unknown about what the display of the guy against Manu that day. Everybody was like, who is this? They
Yeah.
are still asking that question. Who is this Samuel Lai guy? The guy is very superb in all angles, and then matching Manu boot for boot and things like that. And then everybody was like, oh, yeah. And in fact, Ghana, so many things are going wrong. And then some of us go
Like,
back
yeah.
to blame the amateur team handlers, the bombers handlers. They are not doing good job. If these guys will come out, because most of the guys that transfer themselves into professional boxing, and then all of them are from the amateur boxing, but we didn't see anything that amateur boxing is doing, especially in meta zones and things like that. Then we are like, no, oh, these guys are dead, and then we are not seeing them doing anything in amateur sector for Ghana. Oh, the amateur handlers are not doing anything better over there. And then this guy came in, and then he fought Manu, and everybody was like, yeah. So now it's getting a time for Manu to go into this fight against the Melvin Lopez guy in US. And then one interesting thing is coming.
We lost when he was about to talk about the interesting thing. But before, as we wait for him, I mean, Daniel, we've always been talking about Manu plans on this show, and finally it looks like things are clicking for him. And he'll be going to fight the Lopez guy in the USA. Like we heard Amedoda said, because of it, this last fight in Ghana was postponed. They only gave him an exhibition fight for him to, warm up, sort of, as to prepare for him. And he's been really working hard, in his base in Kaswa, also in his gym in Kokomlele and on the University of Ghana campus. He has the Ghana Black Stars under 20 physical trainer as a physical trainer now. And working with Coach Latte together with Dennis, and then I think Felix. Most of these guys coming out of from physical gym. So it looks like they've really intensified their work. Trying to get him in shape for the fight in the USA. I mean, how do you take this news, and if there's any advice that you'd like to throw to him? I mean, what would it be?
I'll say it's a great news because it's something we've all been waiting for, and it's something we've been saying on the show. Like the fact that big boxers and like potential world champions like Manuel Planch have not been getting the opportunity. So if the opportunity is here, I think we must embrace it. I feel now the only thing that I can say now is maybe you should watch more videos of his opponents because boxing today things are changing. You could just train everything, work so hard, but if you don't know the style of your fighter, you might just go there and your training and everything wouldn't work for you. So I feel he's done a lot, he's trained a lot. The only thing now in this is clips of his opponent that is going to fight. Look at his dangerous movement, the style of fighting and everything. Then you master it. Once you master it, after I think it's good to go because when it comes to training and everything, it's good and he has a potential. So it's just about him learning about his opponent, and I feel that's all.
Right, right. That's great coming in from Sowah. Amedoda, you were about saying something, and then unfortunately the network dropped. Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. All right, but as we wait for him, I mean, let's talk about this. Let's just jump into the international scenes because on the local scenes, there isn't really much to talk about. But a Nigerian fighter will be fighting in Russia this weekend, and so we wish him well. I've forgotten his name, but he'll be fighting in Russia this weekend, and we hope that he was in action on the last box office show in at the Oshaford, and he secured the knockout victory. So we hope that he will be able to carry that confidence and that victory into the next fight and bring Nigeria, especially the whole of Ghana, the whole of Africa, some victory, to celebrate about. Because at the moment, we've lost all our world champions. We only have one, Ilunga in Congo. Um, Murati also left for UK, and he lost to Edward. To Sunny Edward. So unfortunately, we only have one world champion. But I think even though that what he's going to fight for is not a world title, I mean, it would ginger the rest of the guys up, and motivate them to keep going. So we wish him well as he go fight in the UK, in Russia this weekend. Now let's just jump into the international scenes, guys. What's happening with the big fight that got cancelled, because of Deontay Wilder's arbitration. How did you take it? I know you know what is happening, or you've heard everything about what's happening with the Tyson Fury and then the Joshua. What is your analysis of how all these things is happening?
But my analysis is simple. Boxing politics is being played, and I feel a lot of people are not paying attention to it. Boxing today is between the Americans and the UK. There's been this competition for so long, and right from the onset, I knew where at the end was coming from because you don't negotiate this kind of fight, a 50-50 fight, especially looking at Anthony Joshua's record and the kind of money he has been able to make. So for him just to go for a 50-50 deal when it comes to the pairs, that is where my like I started following this whole issue on a different level. What at the end, what Frank Warren, what they were trying to do is try to have more undisputed heavyweight champions when it comes to the UK, because the competition between the US and the UK is on a different level altogether, and politics are being played on both sides. But now, our Amon is a strong guy and is a very smart man as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All this time, these things were going on. You remember before the fight will be announced, they were supposed to push for the trilogy. And because of COVID time, they played the late 30s and the late 30s. And Tyson Fury said he has to move on because he can't wait anymore. When he said he had to move on, he can't wait anymore, nothing happened. We didn't see anything in the news. It all looked like everything has been cleared. It even looked like Wilder as a fighter will not be seen in boxing for some time because it was not training, it was not like videos you see of him was him twerking. A whole boxer like Wilder twerking in the video, which showed that he was not even ready to compete anymore. Now, these people move on with the fight. Now, we shouldn't forget our Amon. Amon is one kind of advisor or promoter or manager in boxing that doesn't like to do anything, but always like to feed on people. I didn't know even. I'm not even sure Tyson was even aware that the arbitration was going on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they were really aware. Now, at the end comes to announce that they've been able to secure the purse, which is $155 million.
Oh, I think we lost Daniel there.
Initially,
okay, you're back.
Kofi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, he was not getting that pace, so he had to do the Saunders fight, and after the Saunders fight, Kofi at the end is the right guy to work with. Now, and the next thing that happens is that Wilder the following day, just after securing the money and announcing, Fury coming to announce that okay, the fight is going to happen. The next day we hear Wilder has won the arbitration, so the fight can't happen. And from the Aoemon side, and from them winning the arbitration case, is two things. It's the politics. You see, Americans don't want that undisputed thing to happen. So if the trilogy should happen, everything is going to be put on Wilder for Wilder to beat Tyson Fury. Once he beats Tyson Fury, and we have a US boxer and a UK boxer going for an undisputed competition, that one, nothing will stop it. But for two UK fighters to go for an undisputed fight, it shows boxing is dying in the US. And Americans will sit down to watch this. So myself, I wasn't surprised they won. And you see, the crazy thing is that they won the thing just a day after Fury came to announce that okay, the fight is going to happen. Just the following day. So you ask yourself, all this while that they were trying to look for the pairs, at the end was working on the pairs and everything. What were they doing? Why did it take so long? Why is it that he won the arbitration just the day after Tyson Fury announced the fight was going to happen?
You also bringing in a very interesting argument. I haven't thought about it, but like you're also making a very interesting analysis from what you say.
Exactly, Kofi. Kofi, from the onset, you see, like Aoemon, it's like people underrate that guy. But me, I don't underrate that guy because I feel it's a very smart person. And if you are working with someone like Aoemon, you should be looking at your contracts. Look at the kind of contract you sign with this guy. Because this guy has MBA, he's gone to school, he's very educated. When you talk about all promoters around the world, Aoemon is one of the guys that is really educated. So if you want to work with him, you should be smart. Be careful. Because look at all this thing that is happening. And you see, where did he win the arbitration? He won the arbitration in the US. You understand? And the WBC, I feel that the WBC itself as a sanctioning body is more affiliated to the US than maybe the UK. So it was easy for them to destroy this undisputed bout in Saudi Arabia. It was easy for them. And what I was really looking at is that I feel, you see, when the end met Tyson Fury during the Saunders fight, that is when things started like moving faster. And I felt what they were working on, I don't know, this is a crazy suggestion though, but I felt maybe they were trying to make sure that in the first fight, maybe Fury wins, the next fight, Anthony Joshua wins, so that they are going to get two boxers being undisputed alongside this guy. What's his name? The guy that destroyed Mike Tyson.
Oh, Holyfield.
No. It's a UK. It's a UK. It's a UK heavyweight boxer. It was undisputed as well. Exactly. So there's going to be like about 3 undisputed heavyweight boxers when it comes to history of boxing.
Okay.
Coming from the UK. So this is what I was looking at. This is what I was saying. And I feel the US, the politics and everything is on their side. So they are dictating the pace now. They are dictating everything.
Okay. All right. Amedoda, you went off. You were talking about something and you went off. If you recall it, you can say it. Other than that, what we are talking about is Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. You know, the way they whet our appetite, they come and take it back. You know, after a very long time, Tyson Fury said the fight was happening. A day after that, at the end also said or confirmed that yes, the fight was happening. And after at the end, the next thing became was, the arbitration has won. John Tiwada has won the arbitration. Because of that, the fight cannot happen. And yesterday, I think I watched Matchroom Boxing with at the end explaining the situation and what's happening. The fact that if things go the way they are going, they would have to just forget about the fight and possibly say Amedoda still wants to fight, so maybe they will give him, they'll give you mandatory fighter, which is Alexander Usyk. All these. I've mentioned a lot of names. I mean, what is your analysis? What have you also thought about it? No matter how crazy it is, let us know what is in your mind.
Kofi,
Mm-hmm.
my earlier on submission was about
Mm-hmm.
Manuel Plant fight in US with
Mm-hmm.
Melvin Lopez, and that
Mm-hmm.
fight is happening on undercard of the main title holder, which is
Mm-hmm.
Naoya Inoue versus the guy. What's the name? This is the guy from Philippines, which Manuel fought in his name is Das Marina.
Yeah.
He is the one fighting the title against Naoya Inoue, and then Manuel will fight under that undercard as elimination against Melvin Lopez from Nicaragua. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is the fight that all of us, our mind is on, because he is the only person that close to a world title now in as a Ghanaian. So we are waiting for that fight. And then the interesting thing is, Dogbe is also having the fight on the same card, okay, against one very, very good boxer who I even believe that is better than most of the guy or all the guys that Dogbe has already fought. In the name of Adam Lopez.
Right.
That guy is a very slick guy, very good, and then he got 2 losses. Those 2 losses are against the WBO bantamweight title holder now, who is Fulton. One of his losses is against Fulton, and then the second one is against the guy, that Mexican guy who fought Bashelti and then won Jazz last. You remember?
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 losses.
Yeah. Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the only 2 losses. Oscar Valdez. He lost against Oscar Valdez and then Stephen Fulton. Those are the only 2 losses. Yeah. Yeah. Those are the only 2 losses for this guy. And this guy, I saw him his last fight against one of the Mexican guy under the card of Richard Comey. The last fight of Richard Comey. This Adam Lopez guy fought under that card. And then the guy, he won the fight, and then he's very good boxer, and then very slick, everything. American boxing style. Okay. And this is the guy who is coming to fight Dogbe for another elimination bout. Okay. And these 2 fights are happening on the 19th of next month, and 2 Ghanaians on the same card fighting. Yeah. So this is a very strong card that Ghanaians should follow and then see how the whole thing will go. But I'm still believing that, hey, the 2 guys are going to win, believing strongly. Manu, I don't have problem with him. And Dogbe, I believe strongly. If Dogbe work his way out well, he will knock Adam Lopez out. So this is the thing. 2 Lopez are falling on that card.
Right. I got you right.
Come again?
No, I got you right.
Kofi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we cannot hear you. You have the floor, so keep going.
Kofi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that I think it feels like we can't hear him, but we can hear him very clearly and loud. I mean, loud and clear. You know, and so you have the platform. I mean, so keep going. If you can hear me, we can hear you very, very well. So keep going. Oh, unfortunately, he's gone. But he's brought out a very interesting point. I mean, two Ghanaians fighting on that 19. The reason why I haven't really thrown a lot of or mentioned it that way is because the official undercard, you know, hasn't been, you know, out there. Sometimes you want to update your followers, but sometimes the promoter himself hasn't, you know, given up the entire card. You have a lot of holes, but then you don't know if it's going to happen or not. And many times you've seen that sometimes you make some projection and then it doesn't go the way you want it to go. You know, of course, Dogbe himself has posted on his Instagram that he will be fighting Adam Lopez very soon, and of course, it's a very that fight a very tough fight. And Manuel Plant also is, you know, also going to fight against the Lopez guy from I think Nicaragua or something. So all the dates coming up is on 19th, you know, and on the 19th will be this very same day that Michael Dasmarinas will be fighting in Noi, you know. So it's a if you go on Boss Rec now, the only event that you see there is the Illinois versus Dasmarinas. The entire undercard has not been posted up yet, you know. So you know some of these things you like to at least if for instance I speak to Manuel and he tells me that like for instance he secured his visa and then you know he's leaving, then you know it's like a 100% thing that even that one if he gets there he needs to pass his COVID-19 test, you know, because when we've seen fighters go to the bubble with everything set up and then they also test for the COVID-19, it doesn't happen like they feel. So it's a whole lot of things, and so we are hoping that all those hurdles will be crossed. But you have the platform. You have the platform. We could hear you. We could hear you. We heard everything that you said, Amedoda. We heard everything.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
yeah.
And then with this Tyson Fury, and then whatever. In fact, to me, first of all, contract is contract. Okay.
Yeah.
Did Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder sign 2 fights? Okay. Did they sign 2 fights? And why is Tyson Fury backing out from the second fight? You understand? Why is he backing out from the second fight? If that is the signing, that is what they put pen on paper for. Then I don't know why he should.
Tyson never backed out of that fight. Tyson never backed out. Tyson was actually calling for the fight. That fight happened February before we entered into COVID. And during COVID time, before they were even pairing with AJ, he kept calling Wilder. And during that time, what was happening was that it seems the Wilder team felt like if they should fight during that time, the monies, the purses and stuff wouldn't be that much. And Wilder as a boxer was not in good shape. You see Wilder twerking, like there was nothing interesting. And at the point, Tyson Fury came to post, he posted something on his Facebook. And he said if Wilder is not ready, he's moving up to different things. He did the same thing even with AJ when ADM was not bringing up the pairs. Tyson Fury said if the AJ fight is not happening, he's moving on to fight other people because he wants to defend his title. So the problem has not even been with Fury. Fury has always he's been ready to fight, like from that February. He's been ready to fight. He kept calling Wilder. And you see, when they brought in that Joshua fight, Wilder was ready to accept a step aside fee. You remember, Kofi? It was in the news. We're following everything.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Fury was not even interested. Fury wanted to beat him again, but Wilder was not so interested. And he said, okay, if you are not showing interest, then I'm moving on. Now, even before they will even proceed with this fight, the reason I'm telling you the politics is playing along is before they will proceed with this fight, there were controversies that they have to fulfill their contract. And Bob Arum came to say the contract has had expired. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I do remember.
Bob Arum said, yeah, he said the contract had expired because it was for a period of time. And you see, most of these boxing contracts, it doesn't happen that you fight someone and wait 2 years to fight him again. No, they give you a period of time for you to make the third fight happen. And I think the third fight, it was even for 6 months or so, which Bob Arum came to explain that the thing has expired. So since it has expired, they are moving on to different things. Now, all of a sudden, we all know, and you see, who even raised a question when the fight was signed in January? Because this fight was signed in January. It was actually signed in January. Nobody raised any issue. Nobody was talking about it. Ourselves, even at pundits on Kboxtv, nobody even doubted there was going to be a Wilder problem. Because we already knew, like Bob Arum said before last year, I think ending of last year, he said the contract had expired. So if the contract had really expired and they had moved on to even from January till now, it's about 5 months before the pairs, like they were able to get a pairs. How come they announced the fight and the following day, Aremo comes and say they've won their arbitration case? You see, a lot of things doesn't make sense here. So it's not really about maybe Wilder insisting that he had a contract or something. No. Wilder never insisted on EC. Wilder had no interest. How can PBC come and post that who should be Wilder's next opponent? And they never had Tyson Fury. It was Luis Ortiz. It was Andy Luis. It was these boys, these upcoming boys. There was never Fury. There was never AG, because they felt like it came from a big loss, so they have to start building him up again. So he has to fight some of these boys in the division that's I don't like Tyson Fury, but if I saw they are not being fair. It wouldn't be fair to say Tyson Fury was darking Wilder. No.
All right. Now, you've made your point fairly and squarely and clearly. Let me go back to Amedoda. So let me listen to your analysis too. Let me listen to yours.
I will still go back and start from where I'm starting.
Okay.
There is a contract. That contract is supposed to be fulfilled. If that contract is not fulfilled, then there's something wrong somewhere. If they said contract expired, do we all remember that there was a COVID and then there was stop to those sort of things, no boxing and show and things like that? Do we remember that? Yeah. You see, these things have been happening. I remember very well that the name. It happened to Leonard Lewis. Leonard Lewis need to go to court and get the contract that they signed on paper against Rahman before he will get the rematch. It happened before, not once. Okay? And who was behind this? That time it was the devil, the main devil behind boxing. Who is, what's the name? That bushy hair black guy, the promoter, Donkey. Donkey was the devil then behind boxing. He caused that contract that Louis signed 2 fights against Rahman. And the first fight happened in South Africa. And Louis lost the fight. The second fight supposed to happen. What's the name? Donkey wasn't the promoter or any manager of this guy, Rahman. But all of a sudden, he jumped behind Rahman and was remote controlling Rahman, forcing that fight not to happen. And Louis need to go to court before he won that fight. And then the fight happened, and Louis took Rahman out in round 4. If you could remember. There is a contract between this Tyson Fury and
no, you see, Kofi, okay. No one is saying there's no contract.
Listen, let me land. There's a contract. Nobody said that there's no contract. There's a contract. But all of a sudden, the devil now, who is Bob Arum, jumped into the contract and then started destroying things over there. It will not happen. Okay? Unless Deontay Wilder decided to take the step aside money and they allow that fight to happen. I agree very well that America is behind all these things. They will not like the 2 British to go for undisputed just like that. America will not like it. Okay? But the devil in this case is Bob Arum. It's Bob Arum who is causing the the evil thing in this thing and then causing the whole thing to happen. Like, hey, this fight will not happen. This fight supposed to happen. The rematch supposed to happen. Okay, I don't like. Not that I love Deontay Wilder and I want that fight to happen. The fight that I want to see now is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. But you cannot just go behind things and then work your way out. Unless they talk to Deontay Wilder, for Deontay Wilder to allow that, hey, I'm going for the step aside money and then for the undisputed to happen. If Deontay Wilder did not agree with it, he's having a case, he's having papers. Okay, so if somebody is coming from behind and say that, hey, the contract spy went, and then where is COVID? Where did we put the COVID cases? Because COVID don't allow anything to happen. Okay, right. So if you are jumping on and say that the contract spy win, and then how did that contract spy? And in the contract spy, the pandemic that happened on the whole world, where are we putting that one? Okay, where are we putting that one? So let us be truthful to one another. This thing that is happening now is the devil who is Bobaru. He is the cause of all this. It's Bobaru who is causing this thing. So me, I'm even praying that, hey, these old niggas, belly full, still hungry guys like Bobaru should find their way out of boxing so that we get the level of boxing correct.
Okay. Thank you for also making your submissions. I want to go into it. You know, from where I sit, you know, somebody didn't tell us the truth. You know, and the truth will be that if you know that there is something going on around that time, you should tell everybody so that the other person will not, you know, have the expectation that, okay, this is going to happen. That is where we as boxing fans, we've been let down because our hopes were high. You know, our hopes were high that the fight was going to happen. But nonetheless, for all you know, this is how they even want to play it. You know.
Yeah. A contract is a contract.
Right.
There were world championship fights during COVID time.
Yeah,
Lopez became a world. It became undisputed.
Yeah.
Quote unquote in COVID time.
Yeah. Right.
You understand? The fight was made. A lot of fights were made. Was like last year there was a lot of fight that happened. So if they really want to debate on it, that because of COVID, that is why they can buy time for the expiring of the contract, then Kofi, doesn't make sense. Because we were here initially when they announced that he was going to fight Joshua. They didn't want it. Like we the fans were even worried about the contract, that there was a third fight, there was a trilogy that must happen. Now they agreed that they were going to pay Wilder a step aside fee. That didn't happen. So it was still in doubt. Now it got to a time, Bob Arum came and Bob Arum said the contract had expired. So since it has expired and Wilder's team was not doing anything, then they have to move on. And you see, Amedoda, bear in mind, our Amon, who is on the side of Wilder, doesn't do anything when it comes to fight. Ask yourself, how many times has PBC fight in a year?
Promoter definitely would like to even work for his boxer because at the end of the day they will take their percentage.
No, but what I'm saying is, how many times does PBC put fight? How many times does it make fight? You see, if the trilogy was going to happen, everything was going to come from Bob Arum. Just like when the Fury and AJ fight was going to happen, at the end I had to go and raise that kind of money. You see, you must understand the way these promoters operate. Why is it that everybody is having a problem with our Amon?
When they did the first fight that they did, it was a PBC show.
Exactly.
The second fight they did, it was again a PBC show. Because then still Deontay Wilder was having a title.
Good, but what I'm saying is the second fight, Bob Arum had to partner with Frank Warren to generate our funds for the fight.
The how do you call it? Bob always works with Frank Warren on his fighters.
No, on that particular fight.
No, almost all. almost all Queensberry Promotions fighters, almost that. Let me quote unquote. But guys, before we continue the show here, not for you. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with me. I have Manu planned on the line. I would like to, for Ghanaians watching the show, to connect with Manu Plant a little bit before you go. Hello, Manu. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. And how are you doing?
Good.
Great. We tried to have you on the show yesterday, but unfortunately, because of the network issues, we were not able to make it happen. And how is camp going? How's camp going?
Oh, everything is going on well. Preparation is going on well towards the WBA eliminator, bantamweight eliminator. So we are working hard towards that fight.
Yeah, right. I saw some few videos of you, training with Agbeko in camp. You also have some few of the fighters, helping you prepare with sparring and all that. I mean, how have these guys, working with these guys, contributed to, gathering enough confidence for the fight against Lopez?
Oh, it's been a great training with a three times former world champion Joseph Kinko Agbeko. We have been together for a long time, and he really advised me about boxing, and we learn a lot. So I'm grateful training with him, and it's not easy training with a former champion. You know, he's going to teach you a lot.
Mm.
So I'm okay training with him.
Right. People want to know, like, what is happening. What is happening, Manuel Plan? What is happening? Finally, looks like the opportunity is opening for you to go, compete for this title. Tell the fans what is happening in your camp and about the fight and when they should expect you. Especially the Ghanaians in the US who would like to receive you even before the fight, and those who might be able to follow you to even go watch you. If there is something you like. I mean, what is going on? Let us know something.
All right, say we are training. It's easy when you have a fight. You need preparing well for the fight. And what I want to tell my fans and everyone and all Ghanaians that you should keep praying for me and keep supporting me. I'm going to bring the victory to Ghana, so they should keep praying for me and they should keep supporting me. This is the year for me, and this is my time, and I don't have to give this chance. I have to work hard for people to know that yes, Mande Plant is really focusing on boxing and he want to do something for his nation.
Right. Great. Do you have any idea when you will be leaving Ghana?
Oh, I'm not having the idea now. I hope really by 9th June I'll be leaving Ghana. I hope soon. I hope by 9th June I'll be leaving Ghana.
We are in talks with your camp, to have a full day
Yeah.
working with you, where we will
Even
be able.
today, the Honorable came to visit me in the camp, and he
Right.
saw how.
Can you ask Manuel? Can you hear us? Hello, Manuel, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you were talking about the honorable coming to
yeah, I can
visit
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, you were talking about the honorable coming to visit you today.
Yeah. The Honorable came around to see how preparation is going on well, and so he visits me. He brings some items
Mm,
to give it to me to boost my morale, for
mm,
me to train well and to train more, to go and win with Marvin Lopez, to win the victory and bring the victory to Ghana. So I want to say a big thanks to Honorable Dr. Alfredo Kovanapua. He came here with his people to support me, as a Ghanaian, and also as a citizen, and also a MP of Abrikuma South. I want to say I'm very grateful for him coming around. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and for everybody that is supporting me, I want to say I'm grateful.
I heard you've been living in a hotel for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Really, I've been living in Triple Hill Hotel for the past 2 weeks.
Guys, unfortunately, we are having some few network issues, connecting with my new plan. But I think we've had a lot of information that he shared with us. He's super ready and preparing for the fight against Lopez. And today, the MP for the Ablekuma South went to his hotel to visit him. And so that's what he was telling us about, and always to boost his morale and his confidence ahead of the fight that he has in the USA. We're super excited to have him on the show tonight. Unfortunately, I think Cudjoe and Amedoda are gone, and so we will not. I wish I could get them back on here to do a very quick one, but it doesn't look possible, because all of them have left. But we're working with a team, to try to get a full session of manual plans training, a day with manual, before he leaves um, for the USA. And if you heard from him, right, I mean, his training and he might leave on the 9th. If everything goes well according to plan, he might leave on the 9th. But one thing is for sure, he has victory in his mind. His training is, at the top there. So definitely, that he's going to bring his A game, to wherever you're going to put him, whether it's in the US or anyway. I've had, the opportunity of being in his corner before in Singapore, and the guy did wonders. And that's when they thought Das Marinas was like the IBO bantamweight champion, and then they thought he was coming to like defeat the guy or just walk over Manupla. Manupla gave him, I think, the beatings of his life, and then or the upset of his life, you can call it. He went to Singapore and won over a lot of his fans on his side, and I think he's always been fighting on the B side, but anytime that you put him in the ring, he comes back up to deliver. And so, Manuel Planche, if you're listening to the show, we really wish you well ahead of your fight against, Luis Neri, and we hope that you'll be able to come back to Ghana with the title. I mean, securing the victory to book yourself, the ticket against the winner of the Das Marinas versus Inouye fight. Like you said, it's your year, so we just hope that you're gonna, take it like super serious and secure the title. But I think we have the champion on for the last time before he goes. I know you were saying something before you left. If you could finish it for us.
Yeah, I was talking about being in the hotel for 2 weeks, and we have prepared very well towards this fight with my team. And really, through this fight, people are really supporting very well. We have big people, Alaji Dauda, and my manager, Mr. Samuel, and Mr. William Vigno, popular known as Vin Power, Nkosua in it. Mr. George, Mr. Samuel Nelson. Were a lot of people, really supporting for this fight. They really want to see their boy winning, bringing the victory to Ghana. Mr. Gustav Bruce and everybody. And I hope things are going well. Things are going well.
Right.
Yeah, and
We
my
try
man,
to. I'm
my man
listening.
is also around. Yeah, my man is around.
Right.
Abbas Sariki is around.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
I have more people, so I don't have to let them down. And I'm
Right.
willing to do something for my nation. I really want to win this fight to prove people that yes,
Right.
I'm there.
Right.
And I want to say
I'm listening.
I want to say a big thanks to you also as well, as Kboxtv. I've gone far, not only in Ghana but worldwide. So I want to say you are doing a good work, a good
Thank you, brother.
work. So yeah, you should keep it up, and everything
Hey,
is going to be fine.
we were in Singapore together, you know, when we were
yeah.
you know, we were in Singapore together, working it out, cracking our brain on how to put the fighters out there. So, big thank you to you two for, you know, taking us to Singapore, you know, taking us,
Yeah.
I mean, to your hotel and making
Yeah.
it happen. We
You know,
appreciate
on
that.
the same build, Michael also will be fighting on the same build.
Yes, Michael will be
Michael
fighting us.
Dasmarinas will also be fighting with Inoya, you know. So the winner will see the winner will fight. So I'm waiting for them, and I wish them all the best. So I'm
Right.
waiting for them.
Right. I can see Cudjoe laughing. I'm sure he has some few questions for you.
Oh
Cudjoe,
yeah. Cudjoe is my man, you know.
Cudjoe,
He's my
Cudjoe, I don't have
man.
question. I think you want to ask him something. You ask him.
we are living in the same neighborhood. Aqua.
Aqua.
Odraguba.
Charlie. No, look. Manu, yeah. Something that everybody is expecting for so long.
Yeah.
This is the time. Yeah, this is the time.
Yeah.
The only prayer is you should get to, you should prepare yourself well and get to US safely, and then condition yourself well, get everything in place before the D-Day. And when you enter into that ring, it's not just going to be Manuel against Lopez. It's going to be it's going to be between Ghana and Nicaragua. Okay, show them that hey,
Yeah.
Ghana is a boxing nation. We can do it and do it better. Okay, I know you know the
Yeah.
terrain. You know whatever that is going on. Let nobody intimidate you. Americans cannot intimidate you. There's no way they can do that. Okay, show them
Yeah.
that hey, boxing, Ghana is part of boxing. Okay,
Yeah.
we are here for you. The whole Ghana is behind you. Everybody is behind you. We are praying and then hoping that hey, you will clear everything out, and then we'll be waiting for the world title. The next world title for Ghana is Manuel Planche. So we are waiting for it. Black Flash.
Okay. Thank you. Hey. Thank you for your advice. Thank you. And also, I want to say a big thanks for you for your support and everyone. Coach George and everyone, I greet all of them. So send my greeting to them. Or
Thank you very much.
was this? We will never let Ghana down. We're going to do our best. Yes, and everybody is going to say that yes, Ghana is a boxing nation because we are winning so many world titles. But in Ghana, they don't support boxing well. But I hope things are going to change. From now onwards, things are going to change, you know. Yeah, with God, all things are possible. Yes. Yeah.
Amen.
All right, Cudjoe, I'm removing you. I'll be back. But champion, you know, I'm trying to get my team to come around, you know, to stream live your full section. You know, one day before you go. Can we come, champion? Can we come and stream your whole day session, training session, or on Kboxtv?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I even talked to section that after training, then you come to the hotel to scream the hotel and the whole place so that everything will look like showtime, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
yeah.
is Kboxtv. Kboxtv live in
Right.
showtime, yeah.
Right. Thank you, man. I'll set it up with the team, and then they will come around before you. And of course, we'll also try and get you maybe on one weekend and then do a one full interview or so before you go. So thank you for your time. We wish you well. I know it's very late, you know, and so have a very good night. I don't know if you have some last words you want to say before you go.
Oh, what I want to say is I want to say a big thanks to my family, my dad, my mom, and everyone who is supporting me. They should keep praying for me. And also to my church, Perez Chapel International. I want to say a big thanks to our pastor, Pastor Choco Branch. And also I want to say a big thanks to my holy father in Christ Apostolic Church, Usu Branch, Reverend Dr. George Asante. I want to say a big thanks to them and everybody who is supporting me in prayers. I want to say a big thanks to all of them, and also Prophet Michael. I want to say a big thanks to everybody. So they should keep praying for me, and I'm not going to let them down. And I want to say I'm grateful for everyone who is being supported. There are so many names I've not called, but I hope they should keep praying for me. And I want to say a big thanks to everybody.
Right. It's a gratitude day. So we had Manu Plant saying a lot of thank yous, even to me. I don't even know what I do, but I take some. Thank you, Arola. And we wish you well. We'll try and get you on a Sunday, a very perfect Sunday or any other weekend where the weather is fine, where we'll do it. And then, of course, Seption and the rest of the guys will come and do the streaming, of a training session live on Kboxtv. So if you're watching this show, please know that one of these days, Manuel Plant live on Kboxtv. His training and everything will be live on Kboxtv. A whole day dedicated to him ahead of his fight, in the USA. So we wish you well, Manuel. All the best and have a very good night.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let me bring back, Cudjoe. Cudjoe, unfortunately, this is how we have to end the show. But I don't know your last words before you go, Cudjoe. Can you hear me, Cudjoe? Hello, Amedoda, can you hear me? I think I've lost Amedoda. But guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I had Manuel planned on the show. It's always a pleasure to have Manuel. Me and Manuel go way back, and he's one of the guys that's if you want me to describe him in a day, I don't think we'll be able to end the show because the guy is just talented. He's full of talent and he's down to earth, very humble, and I mean. Is that kind of guy, tunnel vision kind of guy. He's very focused on what he's doing, and so we wish him well. We'll try and connect him some other time during the day. I mean, where everybody's home, well relaxed, and do another session before he goes. We only hope that his visas and everything goes through for him, so he'll be able to go complete camp in the USA before the 19th of July, like it's been speculated in the news. So this is how we end the show, guys. Thank you every time for tuning in anytime I'm on here. A few comments coming in. I think I'll just do one or two, this is coming in from Tiana, and he says that get well conditioned and you can make it. I believe in you, and I know a lot of people believe in you too. We all love you, champion. All the best. This is also coming in from Olamide Akinde. He says boxing is fucked up. I'm sure he sent this comment when we were talking about the Tyson Fury. I mean, fight and all that, But we really appreciate you guys all for tuning in. George Ross and all that. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Amedoda is back. Amedoda, your last words. Oh, I don't think Amedoda can hear me. Oh, I don't think you can hear me. So, guys, thank you, girls. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Have a very good evening. May God bless you. Take good care of yourself. And I'm going to leave you, with Ghana's most popular boxer at the moment. I mean, when he's coming, everybody runs. I mean, everybody's happy. It's excited. Guys, have a very good evening.
I'm ready for this fight. Every time you fall down, not 2 you fall down, not 3 you fall down, no 4 you fall down. No, fine, I'll sit someone because it's a different person. It's a nuisance. It's a damn road. So it's a procrastination. I'm ready for this time. So I want all of us come in. If you don't come in, don't watch your money. All of us.